Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net, and I get two questions quite frequently that are very closely related. One is, what can we honestly make in this business? What kind of money can we make, either as a researcher or a partner or on our own? What kind of money can we pull down every year? What kind of money can we pull down on a monthly basis? And then it always comes around to, Sean, what do you make? Well, it is up to you. We have disclaimers all over the website because I have no idea. I'm going to get into some figures, but I have no idea. I have no idea what your work ethic is. I have no idea how intelligent you are. I don't know if you can take direction. I don't know. I don't know you. Okay. I do know from past experience and from our testimonials, you can see it on our site, surplusfundsriches.net. They are video testimonials. You can see that people get our program, and once they get working on their own, they're making 100,000 and more a year handily on their own, running it by themselves, no problem. People that scale up can make considerably more money. Here's the thing. If you get into this business and you're not going to work at all, you're not going to learn it yourself, you're just going to farm it out to VAs or whatever, you're never going to hit your true potential because you haven't really learned it yourself. You can't really train others because you haven't really learned it yourself. And because those guys have no accountability. Real quick, just something to consider here before we go any further. Employers are asking people to come back into work, right? Here's what happened. I know my brother was in corporate America at that point during the pandemic. I know when it first hit, an employer said, look, we're going to let you work from home. Productivity was as good, if not better, with people working from home. Why do you think employers are telling them, get your tail back in the office? Because its productivity has dropped off dramatically. And you're going to hire people that are working VAs that are working from home, and that's all they've known. And you think you're going to have a productive experience with them. You have no accountability. You have no way to know if they're being honest with you on the number of calls they've made or anything else. I'm just going to make this point. I know some of you guys disagree with me. Love to see it in the comments. Me personally, I think that's a waste of time. And I'd rather hire US citizens to work for me that show up to my office, pay them extremely well, give them great medical benefits completely at my expense, and make sure that I know what they're saying, how they're saying it. I have the greatest career I've ever had. I pay them extremely well and I take good care of them. Okay. Now, having said that, people ask me, okay, Sean, so we could make, yes, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year if you do it right. I get people all the time that go, hey man, I bought your program. I was doing it on my own. I made 10 calls. They didn't pan out. So I changed everything, your mailing and your script, all of it. It kept failing. And finally I said, I'm going to go back to what Sean said. And then it started to hit. Guys, the first 10 to 20 calls are a write off. It's a write off. You're not going to get a deal together. That's how it is. Understand that going in because you are, and I've said this before, you are building confidence. You're going to burn some deals first. That's okay. That is part of the learning process. That is part of growth. So let's take it a step further. I've told you what you eventually can make. There is no money fairy. You got to work very hard. You have to learn a new skill set, and you have to put the time, energy in. If you don't, you're going to fail. You're not going to make a whole lot of money. It's really that simple. It's a work program. It's not a get rich quick scheme. That doesn't work with this industry. Okay? It's not Bitcoin. So people ask me what I make. What I prefer to answer that with is to let you know that I'm very secure. And when I say this, I don't take into account the book sales when we sell books and teach people how to do this business. The reason I don't is that cost, that money that's coming in is going to defray the cost of starting you up. I'm providing support to you. I'm doing data entry on the files as they're turned in. I'm handling the calls with the national surplus. I'm handling the calls and the mailings with that program for you. I'm still, even if you're calling to find the right person, make sure that you're willing to speak with us with the Premier 16 program, I am still hiring the mobile notary and the attorney, and I'm giving them 10% of the gross up front as good faith money to lock them down and use our structured buyout agreement. I'm spending a lot of money. It doesn't even begin to defray all the costs that I incur, except that I make deals on the back end for both of us. I make deals where you make great money and I make great money. Okay. Now, having said that, just on the deals that I'm partnering up with people using our system, I am very secure. I have a 3,000 plus square foot, very modern, all brick home with a two-car garage and a $2,600 mortgage. Okay. In a sought after neighborhood with 0.58 of an acre. Again, the in-ground pool, the fence, the works, all that. I have an office condo where the business is that I own right. No debt at all. I have a 2016 Acura TLX that I'm paying for. That's my daily driver. I have a 2019 Toyota Tundra Limited that is also paid off. I take a minimum of 3 weeks worth of vacation per year, usually one long week international travel, 2 more weeks here and there. 2022, the big trip was Paris. 2023, this year, the big trip was Iceland. Next year, I don't know yet. I go to music festivals all the time. I spend as much time as I can with family and friends. That's what I consider successful. Is it a lot of money? Yeah, it's a lot of money. But I'm the guy that thinks it's a little crass. If you're thinking I've been bragging up to this point, I'm not the guy wearing a floral shirt near the beach, driving a supercar with a bunch of young girls running around behind me. I'm not doing that. I'm 57 years old. I'm very secure financially. It's not about bragging about the dollar mark I make. That's crass to me. But I'm letting you know you can make a lot of money, and more than anything else, you can live a balanced life and you can be secure if you do it the way we tell you to do it. This is the last time I'm going to talk about what I make, guys. Thanks.